Good morning. It's Saturday. The weekend has arrived. It's the 27th of June. Our reading is from Psalms 107, verse 28. So they cried out to the Lord in their distress, and God brought them out safe from their desperate circumstances. Now, this was something Israel constantly did. They'd get in trouble of their own making. They'd cry out to God, "Help!" And God would rescue them. They would repent, they would turn that back to Him, and 5 minutes later, they'd be back in trouble again. But the psalmist is praising God for his patience and for the fact He loves and rescues them. Now, we too, anytime we need to, can cry out to God in the midst of our circumstances. And He is there to rescue and bring us out of them safely. The circumstances? No, not necessarily. He may not. But the spiritual chaos those circumstances create, He will rescue us from. He will give us that supernatural peace, that peace that doesn't make any sense from a human perspective. In fact, that peace that becomes part of our witness when those around us can't understand how we can experience peace in the midst of all of the craziness. And we do as we depend on God. We do as we don't spend more time saying, "God, you got to get me out of this now. God, this sucks. God, if you really loved me." No, and it may suck, and we may want out. But if you really love me, give me a break. The issue is by spending all our time, and yes, ask Him for recess, ask Him to bring you out. But when we spend all our time doing that, what are we doing? We're focusing on the struggle, and that builds up our anxiety. That prevents us experiencing the peace. The way we experience the peace is by looking to the Lord and trusting Him for our circumstances. That's why when it says, "Be not anxious," and I've repeated this often, but by everything with prayer and thanksgiving, that's a way of focusing on who He is, how He has blessed us, and looking away from the circumstances. That does that change them? No. What it changes is our perspective and allows Him to give us that supernatural peace that comes from trusting in Him and having faith in Him and knowing He is there for us. And believe me, we're being attacked all the time, as I was saying just a couple of days ago, to live in fear and to constantly be anxious. And that's not the case. As we trust and depend on Him, we can experience that peace that passes all understanding. That means that doesn't make sense from a human standpoint. Knowing that He is in control and He can bring us emotionally and spiritually out of the chaos if we let Him and if we look to Him to do so. So pray in the midst of the circumstances, and you will be blessed. And I will see you again tomorrow.